This is an old barn on Century Farm. It was built in 1873. It belongs to my friend's family. Eldon came to me wanting me to build 3 birdhouses made from the wood from the old barn. Hi, I'm Brian, and this is Summer's Woodworking. This is the image that I had to work by. He wanted the birdhouses to look like this. I basically removed the background and I black and white the image, and then I inverted the image so I can import it in easel. I'm going to show you how I made the pattern in easel. First, you go up to import and then image trace. You upload the file, which is the blackened photo that I did in Photoshop. You open it up and the upload comes up. Then you go over here and you hit trace outlines. This gives you a pattern. Basically, I adjusted this depth of cut to the depth that I was using for my text that I'm going to be carving out. The rest of it, I will be cutting it out with saws, like my bandsaw and a jigsaw. First thing I have to do here is I have to change the material dimensions. It is 12 inches, well, 11.5 inches wide, and it is 30 inches long. And the wood itself is 2 inches thick, but this is just an example. Basically, what you do is you grab this design here and drag it to the specified dimension that you want to be cutting out. Once you get that positioned pretty much where you want it, you want to make sure you got enough room on all 4 sides. That way you don't run off the board with your cut. My original plan was I wanted to cut everything out using the CNC machine. But the problem was none of the bits were long enough to cut through 2 inches thick of material. So I'll have to resort in using my saws to cut it out. Now that was just a demonstration. Now I'm going to show you the original pattern that I used to cut out the birdhouses. Now you hit simulate and it shows you the tool paths on where the bit's going to be going. And then you go up to here and you hit carve and it'll start carving out your design. First thing you want to do is you want to secure your material to the Xcarve. What I use is I use double stick tape and the corner clamps to make sure that it doesn't move while I'm carving. As you can see, this is 2 inches thick. That's pretty thick wood. This is the first time I was using my DeWalt 611 for the Xcarve. I didn't upgrade it until about a year after I set up my machine. As you can see, it performs well, and the cuts were nice and clean. The pattern took about 30 minutes to carve. Once that's done, I was pretty happy with the results. Once I cut it out with the bandsaw, I had a difficult time cutting the inside pattern because the jigsaw that I was using, the bit itself was a little bit too short. I went through 4 different types of bits and I found out that Bosch was just a little bit longer. So after breaking 4 or 5 bits, I was able to cut out all the hearts and the inside pattern. I attached the 2 sides to the main backboard with glue and screws. Now I am going to install the top and the bottom. The top I am going to be using Type Bond 2 and 18 gauge brad nails. On the bottom, I'm just using some screws that are meant for outdoors. Since the tops and bottoms are done, I drill out a hole with an 1.5 inch Forstner bit, and I attach the fronts. I attach the fronts with glue and brad nails. See, even Rocky approves. Okay, Eldon.
Okay, go.
Are these okay?
Everything's okay. Great. Thanks a lot for everything.
Were they what you expected?
Better.
All right.
Better. That's enough.
All right, thanks.